what stuck out to you about Cooper and Luka and Tutu all three on the field together?
Yeah, I thought they did a nice job. Had some more opportunities, left some out on there, left some meat on the bone there in the pass game. But I thought they looked, good. Obviously, were productive when they got their opportunities. So I was happy to see it.
Your reaction to the Van Jefferson trade?
Yeah, obviously I've known Van for a long time. I've known Van since he was a kid. With his dad being a receiver coach in Detroit when I was there, he was around a bunch of training camps. Followed his career for a long time. Loved getting to work with him. I'm hoping when he goes to Atlanta, he's on the field a bunch and gets to play a bunch. He's a talented football player, and I wish him nothing but the best. Texted with him, and I'm always pulling for him, his family, a bunch of good people that have been positive, influences and had great impacts on my life. So both him and his dad. So wish him nothing but the best.
I mean, obviously, it's part of the game, but he's right next to you in the locker room. You've known him for a long time. One day he's there, the next day he's not.
Yeah, like you said, I mean, it's part of it. It's not an easy part of it. We spend so much time together, all of us do as teammates and coaching staff and everything, and anytime, for whatever reason, somebody's not there anymore, it's just different, and you got to, we're kind of trained to move on, just as I know he will when it's got his new opportunity, and he's going to go in there and do everything he can to be a productive member of their team. So it's part of the business that I'm sure the outside world doesn't. It's hard to grasp, but for us, we understand it is part of it. It's not an easy part of it, but it is something that we deal with.
Sean kept talking about what a special person Van is. Like, what has his presence meant in the locker room the last couple of years?
He's a great teammate. He's a guy that. Nobody's more excited for somebody else to score than Van. I mean, he's always, the first guy to congratulate people. We all love it when he makes big plays for us. So, he's just a fun guy to be around. You guys talk to him. You know what kind of person he is, just the kind of energy that he has. So, happy that he's going to, hopefully get some opportunity to get back out on the field and play at a high level. But he's just a guy that, you ask him to do something, he does it full speed, 100% to the best of his ability, and that's all you can ask for.
Sort of the business part of it, the coolness of some of the business side?
I mean, probably pretty early on. My first year in Detroit, we were coming off of 0-16, and we had a pretty revolving door as a roster. I mean, it was, we were cycling through people, quite a bit, and that was something that was new to me. You go to college, and this is before the transfer portal was a thing, and it was however many guys we had, and maybe one guy was brave enough to go sit out and transfer somewhere for a year, but you kind of just had those guys. And so I remember, my rookie year, I don't know if there was one certain transaction that made me go, oh, man, but my rookie year, I remember just being like, whether it was practice squad turning over or some of the guys, getting hurt or turning over some of the roster players. I mean, it was a lot of turnover there trying to figure out what that team was going to look like. So I kind of got exposed to it pretty early.
So you said over time, it becomes such a natural part of
Yeah.
this, right? For someone like Luka, this is his sort of first time with a teammate.
Yeah.
So do you sort of empathize with that a little bit?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's not something I, just glaze over either. I sit there and think about that kind of stuff all the time, but I also know that it's a week-to-week business in this league, and I got to do everything I can to try to prepare and play as high level as I possibly can this week, and try to motivate all the guys that we have and get us in the right plays and all that kind of stuff. So I got a big job to do too. But it doesn't mean that I wasn't reaching out to Van, checking on him, and making sure that everything was good in his world, and hopefully just encouraging him to take advantage of that opportunity, which I know he will. So, but yes, I do understand. Puka being young and some of the guys on our team that are young and maybe have questions or whatever, but they are coming from college with the transfer portal now, and I feel like they move around more than we do. So maybe they're a little bit more used to it than we all think.
Big game for the Dodgers. Big game for the Dodgers tonight. Will you text Kersh? Have you texted him, or do you leave him alone right now?
I leave him alone this time of year, but I'm always pulling for him. Want those guys to win. Want those guys to get back in it and see where it takes them.
The Arizona defense.
They play with a reckless abandon. I mean, they are flying around off the tape. You see it. They play hard. They play for each other. They're physical at the point. It's a little bit of a unique style of a defense when you look at it. I'm not sure there's many other teams in the league that are kind of running what they're running in some form or fashion. Yeah, that's what sticks out to me is the effort that they play with, the physicality that they play with, guys capping people off and playing at a high level. So it's going to be a big challenge for us. It's a little bit of a different look, a little nuanced defense, and at the same time, guys that are running around flying, hitting the ball carriers. So it's a big challenge.
You've had 2 home games this year against teams, fans that travel well and it's pretty loud for the opposing team. Do you think of that as a road game when you're going through everything, or does that bother you at all?
It doesn't bother me per se, but it's definitely easier when I can go on my own cadence at our home games, and be able to dictate the tempo a little bit better. But it is what it is. I don't care where we play. You got to go out there and do whatever it takes to win the game. But it definitely is an advantage for the offense when you can communicate at a higher level, and hopefully for our defense with some, crowd noise, all that kind of stuff helps, make it tougher on their offense.
When you say that the Cardinals they're doing something defensively that is sort of a little bit unique to them, can you expand that maybe especially your game plan? Can you expand kind of what you mean by that?
I don't know. It would take me a long time. No, I don't have that much time or that much energy. I just got off the practice field. But no, they're just unique personnel in the back end where they can move around some looks, give you some things to look at as a quarterback, some non-traditional ways to get to traditional coverages, some non-traditional fronts where rushes have different executions than you might see on a weekly basis in the NFL, but they do a really nice job of executing it and playing hard. That's their main thing.
This year you seem to have significant success when you guys go hurry up, no huddle. Do you feel different? What am I reading it right? Do you like that?
Yeah, I mean it's a week-to-week basis too. Sometimes we like it certain weeks more than others. We had some success with it early on last week for sure, being able to kind of trap them into some personnels, into some looks that we were able to get to the line of scrimmage, push the tempo, and get to a play that we liked, and then we went out and executed. That's what it boils down to. I mean, you can go as fast as you want. If you don't throw and catch or block or hand the ball off and hit the runs the right way, it's not going to be great. But I think the ability to, at times, mix the tempo is something that's made this offense something special for a long time, and we're just kind of doing our own, flavor of it this year. Cool. Thank you.